Hello world, I'm an average Joe and I play games, and welcome to Call of Duty Bootcamp, where I break down my gameplay to help you become a better Call of Duty player. Today I'm going to be breaking down a gameplay on Domination on Whiteout, and I'm playing my balls to the wall objective class setup. So let's talk about my class setup real quick. So this is what I call my Get B class setup, and I'll swap some things out here and there, but the basic idea remains the same. So the most important thing about this class is the gun type and the perks. So you want to be running an SMG, and you want to be running the full set of speed perks. So you see I'm running the Vector SMG. I feel like it's one of the most well-balanced SMGs in the game, and I'm tired of playing with the MTAR, so I'm running the Vector. And we'll talk about my attachments in a second. I'm also running the Marathon and Agility Ready Up trio that gives you, your fastest movement speed possible when you're running your main weapon. You notice I'm also running a secondary. I'm running those dual magnums. I'm running a secondary because with the pistols you run slightly faster, and the entire point of this class is to get to the objective as quickly as possible. Now I'm actually going to switch back to the gameplay while I walk through the other aspects of the class. So particularly playing on Whiteout, what you'll want to run is a Blast Shield, because that B domination point is a grenade magnet. So you'll want to run that, and I'm also running my combination of smoke grenades and the tracker sight with the extra lethal perk. And I'll explain a little bit more about how I use smoke grenades here in a little bit. I have some good examples coming up a little bit later in the gameplay that really demonstrate the best way to use smoke. And to round out the class, I'm using a lethal of your choice. I kind of go back and forth between the C4 and the Simtex. I'm using the C4 in this gameplay. And then I'm also running assault score streaks. I'm running a mixture of a couple of low assault score streaks, because after all I'm going to be dying on the flag a lot with this class. But I'm also running the Battle Hind just in case I go on a long streak. I'll have something to reward myself with. Now that we covered the class, let's talk about the gameplay. So this was actually my first game of the night for this particular gaming session, so I apologize. The beginning of the gameplay starts out a little slower than I'd like. I make a couple of poor tactical decisions and die on B quite a few times here in the beginning, but halfway through I kind of take over the game and really do well. And the reason why I'm able to do that is not because, I'm a particularly skilled player. It's not because I have, great gun skill. It's because of the tactics and, or really the strategy that my team's bringing into this game. So I'm not playing with a party or anything like that. You guys know I play solo. But, we happen to have a good team of randoms that knew how to play Domination. And that's one of the things that I see a lot on, just playing in public matches, is there's not a lot of people that know how to play Domination. The point of Domination is not to control all three flags. That's not it. The point of Domination is to score more points than your opponent. And the best way to do that is to capture two flags and maintain control of them throughout the entire game. On most maps, that's going to be your home flag and the B flag. And that's what you see me doing in this gameplay. I very rarely move off of B. I'm hanging around B. I do not push up into the enemy spawn very much. My entire goal is to keep the enemy off the B flag so we can maintain both C and B and win the game. And before any game of Domination, before the game even starts, you want to have in your mind the strategy that you are going to follow to try to win that game. As this graphic shows, when I have the C-side spawn and Whiteout, what I want to do is I want to encourage my team to hold the C and the B flags and get them spawn trapped at A. When they are stuck at A, they only have 3 ways to come out of their spawn, and both or all 3 of those ways have horrible sight lines. They're downhill, and you can just hang back and just pick them off as they're coming out of their spawn when you control the C and the B flag. In fact, this is so important to me that when I have the A side spawn, I will ignore B completely at the start of the game and instead flank all the way around a C, attempt to capture it, and flip the spawn on my enemy, hoping that they are dumb enough to push up into the A spawn and capture that. If they do that, we can successfully flip the spawn, and then I will again try to get them into the CB spawn trap. Alright, let's get back to the gameplay. So I cut out about a minute of gameplay that was didn't really have anything interesting, just more of me defending B, just to speed up the gameplay a little bit. And here I make a strategic mistake. I push up into their base ever so slightly, and by doing that, at the same time the enemy happened to flank around and capture the C flag. And because I was pushed up ever so slightly, that pushed our spawn towards the A side, and my teammates started spawning around A and then jumped on A, allowing the enemy to successfully flip the spawn on us. So now we still have A and B, but as soon as we lose B, we're going to be in a spawn trap situation that's really hard to break out of. So my next objective, my objective changed a little bit here. Instead of defending the B flag hardcore like I have been, I earn my IMS, drop it on B. That will help keep them off of B for a minute. And now I'm going to push C heavy to try to flip the spawn back in our favor. Now another mistake that I see a lot of Domination players make is making a mad dash for the flag and not having good situational awareness. And so watch my technique right here. I'm not making a mad dash for that flag. Instead, I'm checking all my corners. I'm checking all around the flag. I drop a SATCOM to give me a little help to try to improve my location of the enemy. And only when I see them starting to capture the A flag do I know that they are pushed up towards A, and I feel it is safe for me to try to capture the flag right here. So another thing I want you guys to take note of is how I'm using my smoke grenades. Now, right here I get taken out by an LMG thermal user, so I can't really do anything about that. But this is something that I see players do all the time. When they're running smoke grenades, what they'll do is they will throw the smoke grenade on the flag instead of throwing it just beyond the flag. And as this graphic shows, if you throw it while you are on the flag, the distance between you and the enemy is very short. Whereas if you throw it just beyond the flag so that the smoke explodes in front of you, you have a much greater distance between you and the enemy. Particularly if you're running the tracker sight like I am, the tracker sight will outline the enemy through the smoke as long as they're not running the incog perk. And let's face it, nobody runs the incog perk in Ghosts. I know the one person that does will flame me in the comments below. But aside from them, nobody runs the incog perk in Ghosts. And a lot of people don't like the tracker sight. It receives a lot of hate on YouTube because it's viewed as a camper attachment. And as you can see in this gameplay, I'm not camping at all. I'm playing extremely aggressive, extremely objectively, and I'm running the tracker sight specifically so that I can see through the smoke. I'm actually going to kick it into fast forward here just so this doesn't become a 30-minute video. But you'll notice that we would get triple capped here in a minute, and the key when you get triple capped is not to panic. Don't lose sight of what your strategy. And I'm going to kick it back into normal speed here for a second, and you guys have seen me use that spot right there to capture C a couple of times. You guys probably already know about it, but that's a really good location to capture C from because it's really difficult for the enemy to get fire on you. So I'm going to kick it back into fast forward, and like I was saying previously, when you get triple capped in a game of Domination, you know, the point is don't panic. You have a grand strategy for what you want to do in that game. You want to stick to that strategy. Even though we were triple capped, I doubled back, made sure that we captured C so we can maintain our map control. Now we're fighting for B. Now that we've gained the C and the B flags, I'm going to go right back to the same strategy that I've been playing with all game. And this is the case even if your opponent is calling in score streaks on you. So, you know, we have that hind that is flying above our heads, and you know, they're going to call in a few more score streaks on us. I think a griffin maybe a little later on in the game. But you know, don't panic. Continue doing what you're doing. You know, even though that hind is flying around, even though the griffin's gonna come around, you know, I'm jumping back on the C flag. I'm fighting for that B flag. You want to stick to your strategy and you know, not deviate from the strategy that you know is going to help you win the game. And at the beginning of the video, I went over my Get B class in Call of Duty Ghosts. I also have a Get B classes in previous iterations of Call of Duty, like Black Ops 2. So let me know in the comments below if you guys would like to see similar gameplay or similar class setups for previous versions of Call of Duty. And if so, which versions of Call of Duty that you'd like to see. Now I'm actually going to slow down the clip right here, and because I want you to see this sequence. And so, you know, as you've noticed, we've been tubed a ton this game. I mean, the enemy team is running a ton of explosives. And watch what my teammate does. So I jump on the flag, and look what he's doing. Instead of setting on the flag with me, he is pushing up into their spawn. And because he does that, what I am able to do is capture the flag behind him. Because before the enemy gets to me, they have to fight through him. And he sacrifices himself, he does take a death. But because he did that, because he cleared out the enemy from off the flag, we were able to capture it. If he had set back on the flag with me, and tried to capture it with me, chances are we simply would have been tubed, and whoever was using the grenade launcher on us would have gotten a double kill and would have ended up keeping us off the flag, and we would have failed to have captured it. So here we are approaching the end of the gameplay, and this is clutch time. You notice the score, we are going to pull ahead, but just barely, and this is the point in the game. Once, you know, one team, you know, if you have, you know, really close scores like this, as soon as one team gets, you know, 180, at this point, if you lose a flag, if you let the enemy team take a flag from you, it is going to be game over. And so if you switched off your Get B class, at this point you want to switch back to it because you need to play hardcore defense, just like I'm about to do here. So, you know, I'm using my smoke grenades, and because I have the tracker sight, I'm able to ambush these guys. Remember, I'm not throwing it on the flag, I'm throwing it in front of me. And these guys just have no clue. They keep on coming. They're trying to capture that flag. They're getting desperate now. They're, you know, not playing, you know, the best strategy or the best tactics because they're just trying to get to the flag. And I'm able to just, you know, get 4 guys in a row that are just blindly rushing through my smoke. And because of that, I'm able to clutch the victory, keep them off the B flag. We held the C flag and the B flag throughout the entire game. It was a close game, but we were able to pull out the victory because we came in with a strategy, we stuck to it, and we were able to win. So I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and I hope you guys learned a few things along the way. If you have suggestions for future bootcamp episodes that you would like to see, leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future content. Alright, thanks guys, and we'll see you in the next game.